Whitehouse at Carthage. Wildcat Stadium in Whitehouse. Brian Houston along with Kenny Smith down on the field. Everybody's shaking hands right now.
Good luck to you tonight. I'm Mr. Bain. This is Mr. Starks. We'll be two of your game officials. Let's play hard. Let's play clean. We've already flipped the coin with your coaches. Whitehouse, you won the toss. You've elected to receive. You'll be on this end down here, so you'll turn your back to this goal line. Carthage, you're going to kick from the scoreboard. You'll turn your back that way, so let's go that way.
And Whitehouse, just as we had obviously hoped, Patrick Mahomes would be the first to get an opportunity at offense. They're going to back up and defend the north end zone. Brian, our officials tonight, Bobby Bain will be our referee. Line judge is Tracy Ainsworth. Tyler Chapter here tonight. Bill Starks will be your umpire. Back judge is Vidal Jones, and head linesman is Wesley Jones. They've compiled 95 years of officiating experience on this field. This is a great and a very, very steady crew.
Back deep, Shamar Smith and Jake Parker kicking from our right to our left. We're underway. Shamar Smith will take it a yard deep in the end zone, brings it out to the 10, 15, to the 20-yard line, and that's where he's going to go down right there, and we're going to see the Whitehouse offense first, led by Patrick Mahomes. 1,566 yards, 17 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Vincent Dunning should be the running back. The line will be Austin Dickerson, Gustavo Garza, Sam Moore, Brandon Bobo, and Marcus Brown. Receivers will be Ryan Cheatham, Coleman Patterson, Jalen Dews, and Jake Parker. We'll check the rest of the lineup for you in just a moment, as they'll start on their own 20. Mahomes back to throw, looking, throws it right side, pass broken up by number 3, Keldrian Strong, the cornerback. Pass intended for Jake Parker. Defensive line for Carthage, Chris Howard. Mario McCain is the guy to watch. Javante Brown and Jared McClellan. The linebackers Trey Leary, James Marshall, Devontae Brooks. Second down and 10. Mahomes fires it over the middle, complete. First down to Jake Parker at the 35, getting to the 37, and then mobbed by a flying herd of Carthage Bulldogs as he gets it out there for a first and 10 and a 13-yard gain. The secondary, Trevor Cooper at the corner, Keldrian Strong the other corner. The safeties, Brian Bolton and Terry and Goree. Now from the 38, Mahomes with a high snap. Now he'll take off and run around the left end, and he'll get across the 40 to about the 43-yard line for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be second down. He actually got 4. It'll be second down at 6 from the 42. Just underway at Wildcat Stadium. 4 wide. And the ball at the Whitehouse 42. Mahomes throws it out right side, beyond the grasp of Coleman Patterson. Covered on the play by T. Goree. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
This was the one guy we were wanting to keep our eye on too, Brian, as we knew he missed out not only a week, or actually almost 2 weeks of going full-time school, but also the game last week, keeping our eye on Patterson.
4 Whitehouse running back on the left on 3rd down and 6 from the Whitehouse 42-yard line. Now they'll check the sidelines and get the call. Adam Cook said, we run the offense fast tonight. We've got to run it even faster. Back to throw Mahomes. Looking, deep throw down the middle of the field. Man open, News is broken up. Broken up out there by Trevor Cooper, the quarterback, who played it perfectly and batted it down, and so Whitehouse is going to have to punt the football.
Well, that time Jalen Deuce did not make the adjustment, Brian. Probably from up there, you notice he continued his route, and he'd been able to stop at least and let the ball catch up with him. Could have made that catch.
Mahomes stays in, but we've seen him drop back to punt. In fact, last week he had a punt of about 70 yards because he got a terrific roll on it. That's what he's going to do here. He'll kick it. It's a low end-over-end kick, but nobody's back for it. It's going to take a huge Whitehouse roll, and it'll die at the 14-yard line. It's a 44-yard punt by Patrick Mahomes, and now out comes the Carthage Bulldogs offense. Again, Blake Bogenschutz, the 3rd-year starter, a senior at quarterback with 1,302 yards and 16 touchdowns, only 1 pick. The offensive line, Kay Clinton in the middle, Griffin Bankhead and Mario McCain are the guards, Dylan Huzar and Adrian Goodacre the tackles, Marquise Gwynn is the tight end, T. Goree, the key target, is the wide receiver, along with O'Keefe and Rutherford, Gilbert Perez the fullback, and Tevin Pipkin is at tailback, and they'll throw the slant on the right side for a 1st down at the 24-yard line. Bogenschutz fired it, and I believe, is that O'Keefe and Rutherford?
Yes, it is.
7. They caught the ball, so that's a 1st down and 10 for Carthage. They come right up to the line of scrimmage, and now they'll hand it off. And this time Pipkin finds the hole right up the middle. Check that. Number 15 is in the ball game right now. That is Pipkin. Pipkin, we've got him at 25 on our chart. He's 15 on the jersey, though.
And one of the things that Coach Cook had reiterated with the team, it's okay to be emotional tonight, to take everything that's happening tonight and really let it out on the field. Nate Brooks has already been trying to encourage his fans to get in this ball game.
2nd down and 1 now from the 33-yard line. Bogenschutz back to throw. Fires it left side, deep and beyond the reach of his intended receiver in front of the Whitehouse bench, T. Goree. Pass was covered by number 20, Jamal Kennedy. Incomplete. 3rd down and 2.
It was a great timing route, too. Bogenschutz obviously had that number called. Followed Goree until he started to make his cut, let that ball loose, maybe just a little bit early. But thank goodness for the Whitehouse defense. And they're looking over on this right side every time.
Darian Thompson, Constant Wallace, Caleb Shackelford, Joseph Klein on the front line for Whitehouse. We'll check the rest of their defense in a minute. First, they're going to hand it off. A big hole up the middle. And it is going to be Pipkin. And he's knocked off his feet by Reese just as he gets to the 41-yard line. Check that. I want to give the tackle to the right guy, Jamal Kennedy. So it's a 1st down again for Carthage. They move the chains. Linebackers for Whitehouse, Savion Lacey, Reggie Long, and Chris Reese. The corners, Isaiah Burton and Jacoby Lacey. And the safeties, Jamal Kennedy and Nate Brooks. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of Carthage. Bulldogs have the ball, no score. 9:40 to go, 1st quarter. Quick pass out to the left side. It's a bubble screen out to T. Goree, and Goree goes up the sidelines where Kennedy will tackle him for a 1st down in Whitehouse territory at the 47-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play.
Well, Goree's lucky that he got down when he did, too, because our man-child number 7, Reggie Long, came across high and just missed him.
Man jumps across offsides. Flag goes down. Free play for Carthage. They throw the ball down the sidelines. It was intended for O'Keefe and Rutherford. He was covered well on the play. Incomplete. and coverage on the play by number 26, Jacoby Lacey. So it'll be second down. Well, let's see what they do with the penalty first. It's offsides, obviously, against the Whitehouse Wildcats. Costin Wallace was the man that jumped offside, so it'll be first down and 5 now at the Whitehouse 42-yard line.
Okay, Rutherford's got to be a center for the basketball team also. He's got to be a two-way athlete, Ron. He's got to be 6'5".
Quite possible. First and 5 now at the Whitehouse 42. Man in motion in the slot. And then the handoff to Pipkin. Gets a big hole to the left side. Gets across the 30. Goes down at the 25-yard line. Reggie Long in on the stop. Helped out on the play by Nate Brooks. But not before he got a big gain for a first down at the 24. An 18-yard gain for Pipkin.
Yeah, Jacoby Lacey kind of got suckered to stay on his receiver outside. He did not know it was a run until it was almost too late.
9:09 to play, first quarter, no score. Carthage has the football at the Whitehouse 24-yard line. In the shotgun is Bogenschutz, pointing at the defense, has a running back lined up on his right side, 2 wideouts to the right. Bogenschutz, quick drop, throws it to the end zone. It's caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Carthage. O'Kirian Rutherford.
Talk about a mismatch. They got Rutherford, who I'm telling you has got to be 6'5", 6'6", and they put him right up against Isaiah Burton, who weighs in at $155 at 5'7", and Bogenschutz did basically what we knew that he had the capability of doing. He laid it up there perfectly and went right over the top of the head of Isaiah Burton for the 6.
Jimmy Gonzalez is going to kick the extra point. Oh, and there's a fake, and they'll go up the middle with it, and I think he got in for the 2-point conversion. He did. So I'm not sure who scored on the play, but they ran a fake and snapped it to an up back, a protector, and he took it in for the score. So a 2-point conversion for Carthage with 8:51 to play here in the first quarter. It is Carthage 8, Whitehouse nothing on Hot 107.3 Jams. By Micah Templeton is good. And Blake Bogenschutz with a 24-yard touchdown pass to O'Kirian Rutherford. Carthage leads Whitehouse 7-0. And now the Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff. Telco Plus, your financial solution. They'll tee it up. And it goes to the 3-yard line. And Shamar Smith brings it out to the 20. All up to the 30. Still on his feet, runs out of bounds in Carthage territory. Out at the 47 or 48-yard line.
Well, if there was something they needed, Brian, that was it, because going 3 and out their first possession was not exactly on their agenda when they started this ballgame. To get the ball first and to be able to get Carthage possibly on the ropes and not get anything done that first possession, huge play. Let's see if they can take advantage of this break. Great return by Shamar Smith.
It's a 50-yard return, and now on 1st and 10, they'll hand it off, and testing the middle for a very short gain on the play will be Vincent Dunning. As the drive started at the 48-yard line of Carthage with 8:17 to go, and now back to throw on 2nd and 8 is Mahomes. Mahomes ran up in the pocket, then circled back around. Now he throws it with all his might into the end zone. It's broken up. Ryan Cheatham was in the end zone, and the defensive back dropped back and was able to fall back in time to get to it and break it up on the play. and I do believe that was number 21, Brian Bolton, that broke it up, saved the touchdown.
It was, Brian. And Jake Parker, bless his heart, he was waving his arms and screaming at about the 30-yard line, trying to get Mahomes to notice him out there all by himself, and Patrick just missed him.
So on the 46, 3rd down and 8 now. Mahomes back to throw. They set up an inside screen to Jake Parker. Guts it back, gets to the 40-yard line. They'll actually spot him at the 41 for a gain of 5 on the play, and it's going to be 4th down and about 3 for Whitehouse. And again, Mahomes will stay in. We'll see if they decide to quick kick. You would think they would, because you wouldn't want to give Carthage and their high-powered offense field position there at nearly midfield. Mahomes, nobody back for a punt, and now they check the sidelines, play clock down to 7, still lots of time. Clock down to 2, Mahomes back to throw, steps up, now he's going to try to run, gets caught from behind, and it's broken up, a battle for the football. Jake Parker and number 3, Keldrian Strong, went up and battled for it. Keldrian Strong batted it down. Carthage holds, they'll take over.
Yeah, one of the few times I think we will see Jake Parker not come back for the football started, and Strong basically cut him off and got right inside him. They both caught the football at the same time. And what chalk it up for Mahomes, though, Patrick knew that he was not going to make it. As soon as he got contact, looked up, saw a receiver trying to make something happen.
Secondary has done a really good job of covering up the Whitehouse receivers. We were thinking that might be their weakness, that it would be the pass rush that would be a problem, but that hasn't been the case so far. Bogenschutz swings it out to the left side to Pipkin. Pipkin to the 40-yard line. Reggie Long brings him down right there. In on the stop, Savion Lacey for a very, very short gain, if any, exactly. In fact, no gain on the play.
And I think the one thing that would be great for this offense would be for a defensive stand right here, Brian. It'd be wonderful if they could either force a turnover or at least stop them on downs here.
Well, they stopped them for a 1-yard loss there, so the ball's back at the 40-yard line of Carthage. Bulldogs have it. They have 3 wideouts, 2 to the right. Play action. Bogenschutz fires left sideline, and the pass incomplete. It was dropped in and out of the hands of O'Kirian Rutherford. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Whitehouse defense came into the night's ball game with the burden of having to deal with a very balanced offense run by Carthage.
2 things we've seen tonight we haven't seen yet: a huddle and someone lining up under center.
Bogenschutz, as a matter of fact, is in shotgun with 4 wide this time. Running back is on his left side. Back to throw, fires over down the seam, caught at the 40-yard line of Whitehouse, and then goes for another 5 yards and is down at the 33-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 27 yards on the play. 1st and 10 Carthage with 6:24 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. So a perfect throw right down the seam on a timing pattern, again, by Bogenschutz. Now he's under center on 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line in Whitehouse territory. Wide receiver moved on the play on the far side, and Bogenschutz took a shot from number 77, man-child Costin Wallace. As the flags went down, that's going to be illegal procedure against Carthage. They'll back it up to the 42-yard line. Check that, 38-yard line of Whitehouse. Carthage has the football. 1st and 15 now from the Whitehouse 38. Bogenschutz under center. 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Now they'll hand off to Pipkin, who bumps into alignment and then gets stopped at the 35-yard line and driven back. And Costin Wallace was the man who drove him back. And big Costin Wallace, who's like a coffee table out there, drove him back and lost yardage on the play. He is. I'm telling you, he's a big, he's an oak.
Well,
but he's a big coffee table.
They could use him maybe falling on Pipkin next time he comes through. Just on his way down, just fall on him and see if maybe that could affect him. Because
it might kill him.
77s right there on the front line.
Second down and 12 now from the 35-yard line of Whitehouse. Carthage has the football going from our right to our left. In the shotgun, Bogenschutz pumps once, fires right side, caught, 20-yard line, still on his feet at the 10, cuts in and goes in for a touchdown. T. Goree.
In the middle of three different defenders in the backfield, as back trying to defend was not only Jamal Kennedy, but also was Colby Grimm, who came in as well on the backside. And he literally just, Goree, who really has a talent for finding the hole anyway, the guy found a hole right in the middle, and as Bogenschutz has been doing all season long with his talent, he can find the spots, and he can throw just as hard as Mahomes, if not better.
Jimmy Gonzalez again. He's going to line up now and try the extra point. High snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. And with 5:51 to go here in the first quarter, Carthage has jumped out to a 15-0 lead over Whitehouse on Hot 107.3 Jams. Back in a moment. 32-yard touchdown drive. Blake Bogenschutz throws 35 yards to T. Goree for the touchdown. The point after good. Carthage has jumped out to a 15-0 lead. It's a stunned Whitehouse crowd right now as we get ready for the Telco Plus kickoff. Telco Plus Credit Union, your financial solution. And so far, the battle is being won all over the place. Bogenschutz, 7 of 8, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fair catch at the 30-yard line by number 11, Joseph Klein. And so that's where Whitehouse is going to set up with 5:47 to play here in the first quarter. And they'll start at their own, basically the 29-yard line.
But if you want to put a signature on a specific possession, this would be one of those. Shamar Smith has come in. He's split out as a receiver right now, so it makes it one of those new formations.
They come out with 5 wide, empty backfield, quick pass out to the right side to Coleman Patterson. Gets a block, gets to the 40-yard line, is tackled from behind as he got out to the 42 for a 13-yard gain and a first down. Tackle made on the play by James Marshall.
That signature play from Mahomes, too. Jake Parker made that play happen, holding his block until the receiver got right up his back.
Still 5 wide. Now they'll throw that wide receiver screen out to the left, this time to Cheatham. And Cheatham will cut back in and get to the 45-yard line for a gain of 3 on the play.
The offensive line coach talked to his line because they are slinging the defensive line.
Waiting isn't always convenient, but with the Chase mobile app, you can turn downtime into a time-saving wait.
Jake Parker catches it at the 27-yard line for a 28-yard gain from Mahomes and Jake Parker.
That's how you impress college scouts right there. You go down and get that football.
Well, they did at the 28. Check that. I'm going to say, is that 28? Yes. Okay, now they'll hand it off. They threw the quick pass out this side, and I believe that's to Patterson. Patterson gets to about the 25-yard line. Now it was Cheatham that time, so sorry. To the 25. Second down and 8 for Whitehouse. Again, they're right up to the line of scrimmage. They've come out 5 wide on this drive. And now they pump once, and Mahomes throws for the end zone, and it's the sideline, and it was intended for Parker. Defensive back had great position on the play. Mahomes was lucky it was not intercepted. Incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, that may be the last time we see that throw right there because these defensive backs are just so tall and so athletic. They're not able to get loose from them, Brian.
Kirsten Ingram had the great coverage. Now third down and 8 for Whitehouse. Mahomes back to throw now, steps up, he'll run, slides at the 13-yard line. Let's check that, 16-yard line. So he's going to be close. Did he get the first down?
He started to slide, and he may have started to slide a little soon.
They got the first down. They got it to the 17. And right up to the line again. 5 wideouts. They've come with empty backfield this entire drive. 3 lined up to the left. Mahomes pumps once, fires.
Towards the post, so Mahomes would have had a separate choice if he didn't find Staples.
Well, apparently there was no flag. I saw something fly, but the kick is going to be up, and it is good by Travis Blackburn. And so now, with 4:18 to play here in the first quarter, is Carthage 15, Whitehouse 7 on Hot 107.3 Jams. Back in a moment. He bumped left. Staples was wide open over the middle of the end zone. The Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff is a short one, taken at the 30-yard line, fair caught, and then it started to run, so that's going to be a penalty against Carthage at the 30 for illegal signal of a fair catch, and then a run.
Yeah, it's going to be Tredarian Jackson. Jackson had made the indication by the time he got and saw the ball at the peak, and may have seen a hole there that he thought he might just go ahead and take advantage of.
So Whitehouse answers at a time when it looked like they were in danger of really having some problems if they'd gotten down by another score. They come back with a great touchdown drive by emptying the backfield and going 5 wide against the Carthage defense and really testing the secondary of those Carthage Bulldogs. Carthage now has it starting at the 4:13 mark of the first quarter. Ball's on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Carthage. Back to throw, Bogenschutz. Square out, right side, caught. And a beautiful throw and catch, complete out there to T. Goree. Nate Brooks makes the stop, but the pass is complete to the 40 for 16 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Nate's making some plays, Brian. He's getting good position, and he's trying to at least stay up with these guys that have these long legs, and they're all these receivers have got to be over 6'2" right now. But Nate continues to tackle a little bit high, but this is an emotional kid.
Now they'll come out of an offset I and send Goree in motion, coming to the near side. They'll hand it off right up the middle. Hit, ball comes out. Battle for it. Came up with the hit. Now we'll see who came up with the fumble. Austin Wallace says it's Whitehouse's ball. Whitehouse players continue to clap, jump, celebrate, but we're going to see the officials untangle the pile. Whitehouse football. Whitehouse football came up with, I'm going to guess, Isaiah Burton.
Mighty Mouse he was the last one in that pile. Savion Lacey was one that I think stripped the ball. Reggie Long basically stood up. He stood Traven Bickman up. And then Savion Lacey came in and literally pulled the ball out. And Isaiah Burton, I think, dove in at the last moment, ended up with the football.
So Whitehouse is going to get it with 3:47 to go in the first quarter at the Carthage 41-yard line. Following the turnover, Mahomes back to throw. Now looking left side, no one open, scrambles, gets a block, still running. Now looking downfield, throws it up.
Out there, but not that time. Mahomes worked the defense backfield perfectly, and finally Patterson was able to work his way free at around the 20-yard line, and Jake Parker came in and handed him a great block on the outside to make it work.
Coming in to kick the extra point is Colby Krim. Patrick Mahomes with a 41-yard touchdown pass to Coleman Patterson. Try for the extra point, flip behind. And Grimm's going to take it, and he's not going to get in the end zone. A la LSU, that fake didn't work. And so with 3:31 to play here in the first quarter, the try for two, no good. And it's Carthage 15, Whitehouse 13 on Hot 107.3 Jams. On the Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff right now, Blackburn's kick toward the left side, fair caught at the 29-yard line. Whitehouse scores first and set up by an Isaiah Burton fumble recovery at the Carthage 41, and then Patrick Mahomes scrambles around and finds Coleman Patterson for a 41-yard touchdown pass and run. The try for two, no good. Carthage still leads, but the lead now, instead of 15-0, is 15-13 with 3:28 to play.
Game of this magnitude too, Brian. If you don't take advantage of those turnovers, if they happen, it's great to get the crowd back in the ball game. But if you can't turn those into points, well, they just don't matter. Whitehouse took advantage that time.
So Carthage is going to start at their own 29-yard line. They send Goree kind of trotting toward the slot, and then they'll turn and hand off to the tailback. Pipkin tries right up the middle. Reggie Long makes the stop as he gets to about the 32-yard line for a 3-yard gain.
Leading this team in tackles, and they may even give him credit for that forced fumble, that last one, because Savion Lacey looked like he was the one who got an arm in there and ripped it out, but Reggie Long just doing a little bit of everything.
Second down and about 7. Ball at the Carthage 32-yard line. Bulldogs have it with 4 wide. 2:56 to play in the first quarter. 15-13, Carthage on top. Bogenschutz back to throw. Pressure. He's got it. Onside and knocks it down.
Well, some guys making plays that have been doing this in the first 4 games, but we've seen these quarterback sacks. There's a lot of pressures, but boy, getting in the backfield from those linebackers and those outside cornerback positions has been kind of difficult for Whitehouse because of the pass protection packages they've got to have. That time, you know, you look up, you see 27 and 28 in the backfield almost every play.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 8 at the 31-yard line. Bulldogs come out with 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Bogenschutz fades to the right, throws it up, caught. What a grab. The much taller O'Karian Rutherford leaped over Isaiah Burton to pull it down. Height advantage was the difference there, and a perfectly thrown ball good into the Whitehouse territory at the 46-yard line, a 24-yard gain. First down, Carthage in Whitehouse territory with 1:56 to play in the first quarter. First down and 10. 2 wideouts left. And now a quick throw, a screen out there to Goree. Goree came up the sideline and was knocked down by Chris Reese after a gain of about 9 on the play to the 36-yard line.
Well, they're going to go back to this bread and butter that basically they relied on that first drive. Looking at this kind of ding and dank on the outside, much like Whitehouse has done in the past also. Bogenschutz, I think, trying to get back into a rhythm.
Second down, they'll give him 2 on it. So second down and 2 from the 36-yard line of Whitehouse. Carthage has the football. Man in motion to the right side, sets up on the right wing. Bogenschutz play action, throws it deep, end zone, looking, incomplete. O'Karian Rutherford covered well out there. Is it Brooks that was out there on it?
It's Isaiah Burton who's on him. He's going to have a height advantage, and they're going to probably pick on him all night long, but you're not going to find a kid that is going to give up just because somebody's a few inches taller than him. Isaiah Burton was literally running stride for stride with him. There was no need to reach out or even try to dive for the football. It was out of reach in the end zone anyway.
It's 3rd down and 2 now for Carthage at the Whitehouse 36-yard line. 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Quarterback sneak. Bogenschutz and that offensive line do a great job of powering, and they're going to be real close. They should have the first down, I'd say, depending on where they spot that football. From the looks of things, they're going to spot it. Yes, first down as it gets to the 34-yard line. So big push up front by the Big Uglies from Carthage.
I'd say the one thing that I'm starting to notice a lot too is Nate Brooks. His emotion, he literally lays it out on his shoulder after a tackle, after a stop, after a block, and just really hoping he's able to control himself if this game gets tight late on.
The 11th first down for Carthage tonight in the first quarter. They'll turn and toss it this time to Pipkin. Pipkin caught from behind, Austin Wallace got a hold of an ankle, and then coming across to knock him down was number 26, Jacoby Lacey. Maybe, well, they say no gain on the play, so it stays at the 36. 34, rather, I'm sorry.
Jake is coming in for Jacoby Lacey now, so Parker has come in to play safety. A little unusual formation here, but they brought...
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, Kenny.
Okay.
And at the end of one, it's been a wild one, just like we thought it might be. Carthage 15, Whitehouse 13 at the end of the first quarter on Hot 107.3 Jams. Backing up. Start of the second quarter of play from Whitehouse Wildcat Stadium. Brian Houston and Kenny Smith. Whitehouse trails Carthage 15-13 on second down and 10. Bogenschutz back to throw for Carthage. Fires it high and over the head. That's hard to do. O'Keefe and Rutherford, a big receiver, about 6'3", 6'4", actually, weighs about 175 pounds, has about a 6-inch height advantage over either corner for Whitehouse, and they've used that to their advantage some here so far in the first half.
Yeah, first time I think Bogenschutz and Rutherford had mixed signals. Rutherford was supposed to do an out route. Bogenschutz threw it out. Rutherford went in.
Defense still trying to get set as Bogenschutz rolls right, throws the ball deep right side, just beyond the reach of O'Keefe and Rutherford. Covering on the play was Jake Parker. Now we know why he's in the ball game. He's a little bit bigger, and boy, they're jabbing at each other as they go back. So Rutherford and Parker talking, and both guys like to talk. Jake does his share too.
Doesn't this bring back, is this reminiscent of Remember the Titans, where they finally just decided, hey, you know what, we need to put athlete on athlete.
Well, that's a good move, I'd say.
Absolutely. A couple of basketball players right there.
Fourth down and 10 now from the 34. Carthage is going to go for it. 3 wideouts left. 3-man line for the Whitehouse Wildcats. They're running basically a 3-3-5, and now a timeout called. And boy, Scott Surratt is upset, and he is giving the official what for. I'm not real sure why, but a timeout called by Carthage. You got any ideas?
No. Matter of fact, Bobby Bain had called the play in. He had called the play to start. The play clock had started. Surratt, I think, may have been angry at his offense. I think Bogenschutz was trying to call a play, was trying to get a play called. And they looked up and there was 7 seconds on the play clock, and all of a sudden now they literally have to probably consider it a punt more than they were before.
Our statistician Jason Bailey believes that Scott Surratt is a little upset about what could have been pushing off maybe on the previous play.
Well, Jake Parker did get a little pushed to the back, but I think you guys saw from up there the pass may have been real, uncatchable.
Tell you what, I agree with you that it was uncatchable, but boy, it's so rare that gets called these days.
Well, if it had been Isaiah Burton doing the pushing, the official would have just let it happen, He deserves the push off after, getting a 6'5" kid jump over him to catch 2 passes. I don't want to be the coach, though, to tell Isaiah Burton, you know what, we're pulling you out because the guy's too big.
Well, sometimes you got to make the tough choices,
Yep.
4th down and 10 now as Carthage breaks the huddle from the sideline after talking it over. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage. The ball's at the 34 on 4th and 10. 3 wideouts to the left for Blake Bogenschutz. Running back lined up on his right now. He shifts to the left. Bogenschutz back to throw. Lots of time. Throws out. telling you, if he'd have picked it off, Kenny, you might have taken it back all the way.
Oh my gosh, he already had the head of steam ready, and you think Nate Brooks is not going to like stop or slow down between him, the football and the end zone? He had a great jump on the football, and literally probably could have. And he may have literally made a nice team decision there to just bat the ball down, but he was in a great position to make the interception. So whether he tipped it or made it or not, goes over on downs. Great break for Whitehouse in the offense.
They're at their own 34-yard line. And quick throw out to the left side for a loss on the play to Jalen Dews. And they'll back it up to the 34, and they'll just keep it right there, so no gain on the play. Second down and 10, Whitehouse, 4 wideouts. Mahomes pumps once, now he's going to look, fires right side, man's wide open, and he overthrows Jake Parker by 5 yards. I mean, Jake Parker had nothing but green in front of him.
Yeah, Parker did not, when Patrick Mahomes makes that pump, normally you'll see a receiver make a juke from on the inside, go back outside or so. Parker did nothing but just hesitate a step and got the defender off of him with about 8 yards of cushion there, just missed it.
Third down and 10 now. From the Whitehouse 34-yard line. 5 wideouts this time for Mahomes. Pressure coming up the middle now. He steps up in the pocket, throws it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. And another battle for the football between, it looks like, Jake Parker and Keldrian Strong. And again, Strong was able to keep Parker from catching it, so it's going to be 4th down and 10. That's a heck of a one-on-one matchup out there on the far side.
Yeah, and a great play by Patrick Mahomes was really trying to get the cornerbacks to at least bite on the possible run as Mahomes took off and ran up to the line of scrimmage, stopped, pulled up, and went in through it. Parker with pretty good vertical leap was not able to get up quite tall enough to pull that ball down over Strong.
So with the line of scrimmage, the Whitehouse 34, Coleman Patterson will be in to punt. Pressure comes, he kicks it, it's a high, beautiful punt. Fair caught by T. Goree at the 30-yard line, a 36-yard punt. And Carthage will have it 1st and 10 with 11:01 to play here in the first half to start this drive at their own 30-yard line. They're in their white uniforms, by the way, with the red headgear and the white C. Looks like a Cincinnati Reds C. Bogenschutz fires over the middle. Man was wide open. It was Pipkin, and he had his man, number 11, Joseph Klein, beaten, but the pass was too high. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of relaxation in the defensive backfield for the Wildcats, Brian, is Joseph Klein right there had his receiver covered until he got around the middle of the field. And I don't think Joseph thought Bogenschutz was going to go to him. Kind of pulled up a little bit, and it's basically only about the 3rd time we've seen Blake literally just miss his target.
Whitehouse in their maroon jerseys with white pants and white headgear tonight. 2nd down and 10. Carthage has it at their own 30. 3 wideouts to the left. Running back lined up on the right side of Bogenschutz. He's going to run the option, keeps it, cuts up the field, 35, gets to the 38-yard line, and it was Klein that put the hit on him, and Wallace from behind. He's short of the 1st down by what looks like about a yard at the 39-yard line.
Okay, Brian, I don't know if you saw it up there, but Costin Wallace, who is a big guy,
Coffee table, I'm telling you.
Just went head on with Isaiah Burton, and they busted each other, and Wallace got up shaking his head.
Oh, man.
If you want to know the power between those two guys, one of the smallest on the team, one of the biggest.
Well, it's 3rd down and 1 now. Carthage has it at their own 39-yard line. Fullbacks moves over to the right side, sets up on the wing. 2 wideouts, and the tailback gets the handoff. It's Pipkin. Pipkin gets a big running lane down the sideline, and he'll go for a 1st down out of bounds in Whitehouse territory. They'll spot him at the Whitehouse 49 for a 12-yard gain. 1st down, Carthage.
Thought they were coming near side, too, because it was a mismatch. Again, Rutherford one-on-one against Isaiah Burton, and Burton fought off a block from Rutherford about 5 yards downfield and rolled off of it and was able to force Pipkin out of bounds.
So now in Whitehouse territory, 1st and 10 for Carthage. They lead 15-13 over Whitehouse. Ball's at the 49-yard line of Whitehouse. Play action fake, throws it out there left side, caught at the 30-yard line. I mean, he grabbed it off the ground and gets down inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. Catch made on the play. Trying to make out the number, but I believe that was O'Carey and Rutherford again. And Rutherford is having a field day today. That is a 28-yard catch by Rutherford.
He literally had to wait on the football for just a little bit. Bogenschutz, one of the first times he actually throw short.
1st and 10, Carthage, 9:47 to play. They lead 15-13 over Whitehouse. They have the ball at the Whitehouse 22. Hand off to the tailback. Pipkin finds a hole left side. Fights to get to the 16-yard line. They'll spot him at the 17, so he's going to have a 5-yard gain on the play. And this is what Carthage is so dangerous at. They can run it as well as they throw it.
Yeah, Nick Koslow in on that tackle, too. Their defense are rotating an awful lot of players in and out on not only just the series, but even different third down possessions.
And the other thing they're doing is they're eating clock and they're keeping the Whitehouse offense on the sidelines. So 2nd down and 5, and they'll hand it off, stretch play this time. Drop behind at the 20-yard line. It was Reggie Long. It was also back there, I believe that was number 27, Sabian Lacey, who threw Pipkin back for a loss on the play, all the way back to the 21. 4-yard loss, 3rd down and 8.
See, I think Sabian Lacey and Reggie Long have got some kind of deal going on as far as tackles for losses, and leading the team in tackles, because Sabian has had a whale of the last 3 games.
Need a big stop right here. 3rd down and 8. Deep pass into the end zone. Picked off by Ken Parker in the end zone. The interception by Parker, the 2nd turnover of the night, claimed. By the Whitehouse Wildcats.
Well, Parker, who came in the last series to defend in the back, and literally Bogenschutz really thought that Rutherford was going to go up and get that, and probably did not look over to look at the matchup, because Parker had not only great coverage, and that's been the one thing, is Isaiah Burton at times has had great coverage as well, but has not been able to really make the play because of his size.
All right, do we have an issue with the penalty flag right now?
Well, it looked like on the snap, and I didn't see one come out on this side of the field, but it looked as though Devin Collier jumped off sides, but I didn't see a flag on this side.
Well, there is a flag over right at in front of the yard marker, the 3rd down marker over on the far side at the 20-yard line. I see it now.
Well, unfortunately, that's going to eliminate the interception.
Well, let's see. If it's against Carthage, it may not. If it's a post-snap penalty.
I'll tell you what, too, Brian, these officials and this great crew from Tyler, these guys are letting these 2 teams play football.
Well, these 2 are 2 of the best. I mean, you don't want to get the officials taking the headlines away from these guys.
No, but after the play, and after it looked like Rutherford got up and took exception to Parker's interception, Reggie Long went in to defend his teammates and put a little shiver on Rutherford right in front of the official, but they did not throw a flag.
Here we go. Let's see what the call is. Offsides against Whitehouse. So wipe out the interception by Parker. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Whitehouse as well. And Chris Reese, check that. Jacoby Lacey is the guy kind of waving at the official. So much for you, buddy. But last week they got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct twice against Marshall. You can't have that in a ball game like this. Carthage is too good. You don't want to give them additional yardage.
Yeah, and
you can't lose your head.
That's what's hurting them right here, not only with the offside, but the unsportsmanlike conduct too. And I bet that's got to have something to do with Reggie Long going in late.
And here we go. Adam Cook now is out there talking to the official. He's about 20 yards out on the field. And boy, the last thing that you want to do is give Carthage a first and goal at the 8. That's what they've got right now. And they'll turn, quick pass, sideline, right side. It's caught at the 1 yard line by Rutherford, and he'll go down short of the end zone. Defended on the play by Isaiah Burton. Second and goal. This time they'll spot it at the 3 yard line.
Yeah, I think they're gonna eat up that mismatch right there, Brian. There's no way Bogenschutz can avoid that.
And again, taking a lot of time now. It's 15 seconds on the play clock. Let's see how far they let it run down. They come out in a power eye with 2 tight ends this time now. Second down. Handoff, tailback. Pipkin into the end zone. Touchdown, Carthage. What a drive. Again, though, can't say enough about the fact that Whitehouse gets flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct and gives them a first and goal at the 8 yard line. You just can't do that.
Sure, and I think that's what Coach Cook was wanting to know, is there wasn't a lot of explanation because there was no flag in the end zone because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. I think the official that had thrown his flag for the offsides had gone down to cover the interception and came back to explain it to referee Bobby Bain. But once again, it's like you said, this is not a team you can hand anything to.
Jimmy Gonzalez will try the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And with 7:32 to play now in the first half, it is Carthage 22, Whitehouse 13 on Hot 107.3 Jams. And so lining up now to kick it off will be Jimmy Gonzalez. And he sky kicks it toward the right. Fair caught by Klein at around the 36 yard line. And we can't see any more yapping tonight. That hurt too badly in that last drive. Basically, Jake Parker had an interception in the end zone, wiped out by an offside penalty and a 15-yard penalty. So instead of a Whitehouse turnover and get the ball back, they end up giving Carthage a first and goal at the 8. And Carthage took it in from there. 7:29 now left in the first half. Whitehouse at their own 37. Throw the quick wide receiver screen out to the right side to Ryan Cheatham. Cheatham crosses the first down marker, gets to the 50-yard line on the play for 13 yards and a first down.
And this is what this team's used to. That play right there, Brian, where you've got 8-yard, 9-yard to 12-yard gains on those short passes and get a little rhythm going here.
3 Whitehouse to the left side this time, and Mahomes is just going to take it and run it. He sweeps to the right. He's going to get about a 2-yard gain before he's drugged down from behind. And jumping up, throwing his arms up in victory was the tackler, number 31, Christopher Howard. So second down and 7 now in Carthage territory at the 48. And a quick pass out left side, this time to Patterson, who drops it. Patterson missed last week's ball game with mononucleosis. Missed a couple of days of practice, at least one day of practice, I know for sure. And came back, caught a touchdown pass in the first quarter. Comes out of the ball game right now, being replaced by Drew Smith. So probably not at 100% strength at this point, but still very effective when he's been in the ball game.
Yeah, and the one thing he was backing up, and with that route, both of those slot receivers are used to basically backing up and staying in the run to get that football.
Third down and 7 for Whitehouse. Quick throw out right side. First down, Jake Parker, about 2 yards beyond the stick in front of the Carthage bench at the 38-yard line for a gain of 10.
Well, if Patrick can get some of these timing routes down a little bit, you're going to see these corners start to cheat up just a little bit. Maybe he can beat them deep.
Come out with 4 wide, 3 on the left side. Now they're going to run the sweep. No, they fake it, and running the other side is Mahomes. And Mahomes sweeps right, and he gets across the 30, and he's going to go down at the 29-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down. A 9-yard gain on the play for Patrick Mahomes.
They look like 2 designed runs back to back from Patrick.
Well, that's what Adam Cook said. They may show something different. different. That included maybe some option and some running by Mahomes. Quick pass left side. Cheatham cuts it inside across the 25. Battles as 5 or 6 Bulldogs surround him and try to push him back, but he gets forward progress to the 23-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
The one thing I've just noticed is that we have not seen Dominique Colley in that backfield yet. We've only seen Dunning carry the ball twice, I think.
Not seen any running really at all tonight, other than when Mahomes runs. 4 wideouts this time, 1st and 10 for Whitehouse. Play action, quick pass, out left side. Cheatham fights to get to the 16-yard line. Brought down by number 16, Christian Allison and company.
And 21 is getting up limping right now. It looks like Brylan Bolton, who basically took a shot on the knee as he came in late on that tackle. He's limping back here as a safety. I don't know if Bolton's going to be able to get through this next play.
He's staying in right now. So 2nd down and 3. Maybe Mahomes noticed that. 3 wideouts to the right. Mahomes is going to run a quarterback sweep to the left side. Gets to the 10, goes out of bounds. He actually stays inbound. He goes down right at the sideline at the 7-yard line. So it's a 9-yard gain for Patrick Mahomes, who's now the running weapon for the Whitehouse Wildcats, and that's something that we've not seen a lot of unless it's on scrambles for Mahomes. 1st and goal, Whitehouse at the 6. Mahomes fires over the head of Jalen Dews. Dews went up, tried to extend the catch, and couldn't come down with it. Incomplete, 2nd and goal.
It's only been about, I think, his 3rd time to be highlighted as a possible receiver, too. And Jalen ran a pretty good hot route. Mahomes just threw it a little bit behind him.
5:27 to play, first half. Carthage 22, Whitehouse 13. 2nd and goal from the 6. Mahomes drops back. Pressure coming. Now he's going to go down. He throws it away left-handed to dump it. He's going to get a flag. It's going to be intentional grounding. All over him was Christopher Howard, and his only arm that was free was the left one. He just dumped it, and he's going to get intentional grounding call.
Well, we obviously don't have an outside the tackles or hash marks rule in high school football because Mahomes was definitely being pressured. He was in the grass, but headed out, put in his left arm, and just tried to roll it out of bounds. But referee Bobby Bain's going to toss that flag late in the play and go ahead and mark him back. They've got plenty of time, though, at 22-13 with 5:21 to go. Have got plenty of time as long as they obviously go forward. Well, instead of backward.
The problem you got now is it's 3rd down and goal at the 22-yard line. They'll come out 3 wide to the right. Jailbreak, they'll run the screen. Inside.
Good as they could have, and I think the reason they continue to target Patterson is really he has got some moves that Cheatham doesn't have, but Coleman really has no problem running between the hash marks. Gorgeous play, way to go.
Now the extra point by Travis Blackburn is up, and it's good, and with 5:13 remaining in the first half, it's now Carthage 22, Whitehouse 20 on Hot 107.3 Jams. Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff right now for Whitehouse. Colby Grimm steps into it, kicks it short, taken at the 26-yard line, out to the 30, then going back at the 34-yard line. Isaiah Burton doing a great job on Keldrian Strong. Whitehouse drives it 61 yards, and Patrick Mahomes throws a perfectly set up screen play to Coleman Patterson. They let 5 rushers in, and he dumped it off over them to Coleman Patterson, who took it in from 24 yards out for the touchdown. Point after is good. Carthage lead is now 22-20 with 5:04 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, I tell you what, there was a lot of people slapping the shoulder pads at Drew Smith when he came off the field too, because Drew was one of those receivers that went in to set up that wall on the outside and basically kind of roll out a perfectly paved highway to the end zone that time.
1st and 10, Carthage sitting on a 2-point lead now at their own 35. Bogenschutz, play action to the tailback. Blitz coming, gets out of the grasp of Reggie Long, and now Bogenschutz runs, and he'll slide before he gets belted by number 20, Jamal Kennedy, at the 37-yard line. So only a 2-yard gain, but boy, an opportunity to drop him for a loss got out of the hands of Reggie Long.
Yeah, this is a kid that he knows how to play the position. I mean, not only did he get out of the grass, but went up the middle of the field, avoided a tackle, broke another one, and then immediately went into the slide before he got hit. Bogenschutz still one of the most headsy quarterbacks in the state.
3-year starter, already has committed to the University of Texas at San Antonio. Would have been a D1 big college player if he hadn't been only 5'11". Back to throw, Bogenschutz. Again, pressure coming up the middle. Now he goes down. Back to third. Reggie Long had him done. And then Reese and Constance Wallace came in to finish him off.
Caleb Shackelford, who's been in on a couple of different packages, he comes in on second down, and we see him stay on the field for third down at times also. Shackelford came in there late also to kind of close off that lane. Bogenschutz thought he was going to be able to make a move and jet back up between the hash marks, but looked up and saw Shackelford right there.
Third down and 15. Carthage at their own 31. 2 wideouts to the far left. Confusion of the defense. Now trying to get them lined up. Bogenschutz reads it, drops back into the shotgun. Back to throw. Over the middle, throws it at the hash mark. Caught by Goree for a first down at the 46-yard line. 15-yard gain.
Yeah, good anticipation, too. And this is a kid that leads his team in receptions. And Goree basically can run any of the positions. He's actually set up at tailback at times. When we saw him in that power I, he came in the slot and worked his way up towards the tight end position. And they've said Goree's probably going to return some punts, some kicks, and he's even one of the backup, one of the third-string quarterbacks.
First and 10 now, Carthage at their own 46-yard line. They lead 22-20 over Whitehouse with 3:07 to play here in the first half. They'll hand it off this time to Pipkin, trying to find running room up the middle. He'll get to the 48-yard line, and not a whole lot more. 2-yard gain on the play, and good interior defense by Whitehouse. Getting up off of the bottom of that right now is number 11, Joseph Klein. So it's going to be second down and 8. And the clock stops. Not quite sure why, because it didn't look like now they started up again. 2:40 and counting. Carthage jumped out to a 15-0 lead. Since then, it's been the shootout we thought it would be. Parker back in at corner. And on second down, a quick pass over the middle to Pipkin. Pipkin gets blown up and still stays on his feet. Reggie Long, stood him up, and Pipkin would not go down. Check that. It's not Pipkin. That is the tight end. That is Marquise Gwynn, who is 6'3", 230 pounds, and a sophomore. He takes a licking, and he kept on ticking there.
Yeah, and it's the one thing that you hate. You love watching Reggie Long play the position, but anytime the players decide to try to put a major hit on a player instead of making the tackle, that is what happened in that particular play. He was able to get enough for the first down.
2:05 remaining. First and 10 now in Whitehouse territory at the 42 for Carthage. Bogenschutz drops straight back, and he'll throw it to the corner to Pipkin. Pipkin coming out of the backfield, gets to the 36-yard line, runs out of bounds at the 35. Reggie Long on the play. And it looks like they'll spot him at the 35 for an 8-yard gain, so it'll be second down and about 2 for Carthage. Clock stops with 1:52. They actually say second down 4, and the ball at the 35. 2 wide to the left side now. Bogenschutz, kind of like a high school version of Peyton Manning, I want you to know. They send Goree in motion. Stretch play, they'll hand it off. Pipkin. Pipkin tries the left side. Spins. Reggie Long knocks him down with help as he gets a short gain on the play to the 33-yard line. Only about 2 yards. And they will bring it out and measure it.
Now, if you ever watch part of the game film on Reggie Long, and one of the reasons why a lot of people want him to come and play football for them, Reggie Long has got the instincts that colleges, major colleges, minor, anybody is going to want in a linebacker. And there's a possibility this guy's going to play linebacker. He's not very tall. but he's just got that win instinct where he knows how to get to the ball, he knows where he's going at all times, and he knows where his other linebackers are too.
They stretch the chains, and they're about 6 inches short of a first down. Carthage is.
And they're switching up too. Jake Parker has been on the field basically replacing Jacoby Lacey, and anytime you see Rutherford glide out, Brian, watch who sprints over in front of him, because it'll be Jake Parker.
Yeah, he's flip-flopping. Now they line up two wide to the left side this time, though, and that's got Parker a little bit confused. He's checking the sidelines. Then they put a slot out to the right, and now Bogenschutz fires out left side to Rutherford. Rutherford on a quick screen, a short pass, tackled into place by Isaiah Burton, but not before he picks up the short gain for the first down. Carthage has it at their 25-yard line and continue to run the clock and try to take it in for another score right here before halftime.
Yeah, and I think Jake was actually looking to his defensive coordinator to see if he needed to switch up with Isaiah Burton. They obviously didn't expect the flare-out pass.
First and 10, Carthage, 1:09 to play. First half, they lead 22-20 over Whitehouse. Bogenschutz back to throw, fires.
Interception after the penalty call earlier, but he's made a couple of great defensive plays to put himself in position to do just that, but literally stretched it all out, went completely vertical or horizontal, picked it off, fell, stopped not only a drive, but gave Patrick Mahomes 1 minute and 1 second left to try to get this football 92 yards, maybe get him a score at least in field goal range.
And that's only the second interception of the season for Blake Bogenschutz. When you think about how many times they throw the football, and now a timeout is going to be called by Carthage. Timeout brought to you by Telco Plus Credit Union, your financial solution. First and 10, Whitehouse at their own 10-yard line. They come out with Trey Staples as the running back. 4 wideouts. Mahomes drops back from his own end zone. He'll roll to the right. Now looking, trying to find somebody deep. Still scrambling around at the goal line. Now runs up. Ball comes out. Fight for it at the 5-yard line. This could be huge. Who got it? Who got it, baby? Whitehouse must have recovered because they don't see Carthage jumping up and down. What a break for the Whitehouse Wildcats. Mahomes running around for his life, and Whitehouse recovers. Wow.
Well, we've seen him do this a few times, and it is one of those things that you wish Mahomes would work on, is the way he carries the ball in traffic, is he does not tuck it and doesn't roll it up on his forearm when he moves around. 30
seconds to go now. Mahomes back to throw from his own end zone, and boy, that came out funny and bounced at the 5-yard line. That just came off his hand weird and incomplete, intended for Ryan Cheatham, but he bounced that about 5 yards away from Cheatham, way off the mark.
Well, knowing this football team and this quarterback, you're probably going to see him try to take a shot down the field.
You know what? I don't know if I would just run the football here and try to go into the locker room at halftime.
Well, I would too.
That's a terrible field position, and you stop the clock if it's incomplete, and you give Carthage a chance. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to run it right up the middle. Trey Staples. Staples spun around. I thought the ball came out again. Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Trey's got a leg problem.
Oh, that's not what you need, because he's the 3rd running back, and he is really writhing in pain right now.
Yeah, matter of fact, the Carthage defensive back,
wow,
literally called for some attention right away.
All right, well, let's take a timeout. This is a Telco Credit Union Financial Solution timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Whitehouse, where Carthage leads at 22-20 with 20 seconds remaining on Hot 107.3 Jams.
His leg buckled and then he went sideways.
Trey Staples had his leg twisted up in a gruesome way, and he's walking off the field right now. So an incredible recovery by Trey Staples, the running back.
That is absolutely a shocker. God bless his heart. Boy, it did not look good.
20 seconds remaining, and now Whitehouse is going to punt the football. Flag goes down. What's going on back here? Illegal substitution. Scott Surratt really upset because that illegal substitution apparently is going to go against Carthage. They were going to punt from their own end zone. All right, now, so, okay, there's a flag sitting out there at the 42, and they're acting like there's no penalty. Okay, this is against Carthage. And is that going to be good for a first down, or is it only a 5-yard penalty? Okay, it's only 5, so it's not enough for a first down. It'll bring the ball out to the 15-yard line, and it will get Coleman Patterson out of his own end zone to punt. But he needs to angle this thing toward the sidelines and try to keep it from being returned. Patterson kicks it to the middle of the field and is taken at the 48-yard line by T. Goree. Goree takes one juke step to the right, then goes up the middle and gets into Whitehouse territory at the 40-yard line. So all said and done, net yardage of 45 yards. And so Carthage with great field position and a shot from 40 yards out with 9 seconds remaining. They might be able to get 2 plays, I would think, maybe just 1.
Nobody has headed for the concession stands yet.
Tell them to keep the bathroom clear, too. Just saying.
I'll tell you, I'm still in shock that we did not have an injury.
Well, he's injured, but it wasn't as bad maybe because Trey Staples is sitting on the bench right now, and he's in pain, obviously. But 1st and 10, game at hand, 9 seconds to go. From the 40, Bogenschutz back to throw, fires it left side, out of bounds. O'Keefe and Rutherford, 4.6 seconds to go. Man, they run that out round like a pro team.
Well, they had him out on Parker also. Isaiah Burke is out on the far right side going up against Keldrees Strong. And it's a better size advantage, or at least it goes in Isaiah Burton's favor on this side.
And it puts them in field goal range. They're going to try a 42-yard field goal now with 4.6 seconds to go. Gonzalez. Snap is back, kick is down, it's up, and it's good. 42 yards out with no time left on the clock. Carthage 25, Whitehouse 20 at halftime. We'll take it.
This concludes our halftime performance. Thank you for your attention.
And I gotta let the dog out. I'm dog. Oh,
They've clicked on some possessions and some not. The one thing, obviously, you probably had to talk about how you guys are going to basically stop, get the defensive backfield, cornerbacks and stuff to hold up on Bogenschutz. He's really been able to do kind of what we all kind of thought he was going to do.
Okay, he's done good this first half here, but we're going to keep getting after him. That's the thing, we've been able to put Jake out there corner, and we're going to continue to do that, continue to play and get turnovers. You got the fumble, and then we got the interception earlier, and that's the key, is getting turnovers. Defense going out here and getting us some turnovers.
Okay, what y'all talk about halftime? What, you going to change anything up?
No, we just talked about how, we're here in a new situation. We're in new ground. We're down, and we get to see, and that's what this preseason's for, see what we're made of, and I can't wait to see how these boys respond.
Okay, good luck, Coach.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. Adam Cook and company will kick off to start the second half to these Carthage Bulldogs, who have a 5-point lead. As we begin, Kenny, your thoughts about the half, and who do you think this favors at this point? Obviously, the score is in favor of Carthage, but who do you think has the edge right now?
Well, I think just like you had mentioned, just like Coach Cook just said, this is really this is uncharted territory for them this year. Now, I think they trailed maybe one time last year at halftime, though, being down 25-20 coming in. That's a whole different speech at halftime. That's a whole different approach for not only Coach Cook, but the whole coaching staff is how to approach this. Do you talk to the guys differently? Do you try to look at the things that they did wrong? I thought it was a great difference in play when they put Jake Parker in to basically put athlete on athlete as far as the defensive backfield. So I'm curious to see what Coach Dunn is going to do defensively to maybe even move some of those other receivers into the defensive play to maybe cover some of these receivers that are obviously have a huge height advantage over the defensive backfield.
All right, very good. Again, 25-20 is the score at halftime. I just want to check real quick. Patrick Mahomes, by the way, has thrown it 182 yards for 3 touchdowns in the ball game, no interceptions. Jake Parker with 10 catches for 71 yards. Coleman Patterson's caught 2 touchdown passes, his only 2 catches of the night. Running yardage, really nothing to speak of. Mahomes really the leading rusher right now with 31 yards for Whitehouse. So Travis Blackburn is going to line it up, kick it from our right to our left to start this second half. And we are underway. And it's a short kickoff taken at the 20, brought out to the 30, still on his feet at the 35, and then goes down. Keldrian Strong is tackled by number 25, Travis Granberry. And so Carthage is going to take over 1st and 10 to start the second half with 11:51 to play here in the third quarter. At their own 36-yard line, Blake Bogenschutz, the quarterback, again, had a huge first half, right, with 243 yards. He's thrown 1 interception in the game, and he's also thrown 2 touchdown passes. And here he is now starting 1st and 10 at his own 26. Play action, over the middle, caught, and then popped, but it's good for a first down as Nate Brooks laid the wood to T. Goree, but Goree won the war there by catching that football. And it'll be a first down and a gain in the Whitehouse territory at the 47-yard line of 17 yards.
Yeah, you don't want your safety making stops all that much down the field, but boy, you like them making stops with that kind of contact.
So from the 47 of Whitehouse, 1st and 10 Carthage, stretch play. They'll hand it off to Pipkin. Pipkin tries the left side, and he'll get to the 45-yard line and no more.
Well, they came back with the starters of the first half. Also, Kobe Lacey is back in the ballgame. Now Jake Parker comes on the field in this second down passing situation, evidently. So we may see these backs just change up a little bit when they get these second, third and longs.
Reese was the guy that came up and made the hit on Pipkin. So it's 2nd down and 8 at the Whitehouse 45-yard line. Play action again, pressure coming from Wallace, and then Bogenschutz pulls it down, runs to his left, goes toward the sidelines, runs out of bounds at about the 35-yard line for a first down Carthage. 10-yard gain on the play, and a first down.
Well, there may have been something they saw also at halftime, and that was an adjustment that Coach Surratt probably had to make because Bogenschutz is pretty darn quick. He's very wise. He tries to stay in the pocket as long as he can and make passing the only option, but Bogenschutz is pretty quick. If he gets on the outside, just like we just saw, he's going to pick up big yardage. He gets first down plus a bunch.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Carthage, and they'll have the football at the Whitehouse 34-yard line with 10:39 to go in the third quarter. They lead 25-20. Bogenschutz straight drop back over the middle, throws it left sideline, caught by Keldrian Strong. Strong reaches into the end zone, touchdown Carthage.
Well, Jake Parker had a little bit of a brain lock right there, Brian. His Parker could have forced Rutherford out of bounds at the 5 and decided to go in with the shoulder shiver and literally almost whipped on Rutherford. Rutherford stopped, gave him a little hesitation, let him go by, and he just lost it in the end zone from the 5.
So now we'll two-score game for Whitehouse. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and it's good. And our score now, Carthage 32, Whitehouse 20, with 10:31 to go in the third quarter on Hot 107.3 Jams. In kickoff, Telco Plus Credit Union, your financial solution, and they try that pooch kick again, and it's taken at the 42-yard line by Klein. And Whitehouse will have great field position at their own 42 to start with 10:27 to go, but how big was that touchdown pass coming right after the field goal to close the half and give Carthage a 5-point lead, then to add a touchdown on the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, they've got all those intangibles too, Brian. They made a 2-point conversion on their first score, and then field goal at the end of the half.
4 wideouts for Whitehouse on 1st and 10 from their own 42. Mahomes rolls right, looks, now he's going to fire it over the middle. It's intercepted at the 38, breaking a tackle at the 42. Still on his feet at the 45, crossing midfield, finally going down. Tackle made on the play, but it's Christian Allison, number 16, with the interception of Patrick Mahomes, his first interception of the year, and it comes with 10:47 to go in the third quarter.
And unfortunately, after that quick score coming out of the halftime locker room, and the first time I think we've really seen Patrick throw it into triple coverage. There was nothing but white shirts all the way that trail from where he let the football go to possible Jake Parker across the middle of the field.
Carthage sets up 1st and 10 at the Whitehouse 44-yard line with 10:14 to play in the third quarter. They'll hand it off to their tailback, Pipkin. Reggie Long tracks him down after a short gain to the 43-yard line, 2 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 8.
Coming into tonight's ball game, Patrick Mahomes, almost a 63% completion percentage, not thrown interception, was actually the only one in the state of Texas that had at least 100 completions without an interception.
Bogenschutz with the 1 back, 3 wideouts, 2 on the right side. Play action, back to throw, fires over the middle, man wide open, Scorey at the 25, down the sidelines to the 20, inside the 15, still carrying bodies to the 5-yard line. Finally drugged down there after a gain of 37 yards on the play, and credit number 37, I believe it's 37 or 27. I got 27, and that would be Lacey, and Lacey saved a touchdown.
Yeah, coming in late on the play also, Nate Brooks went over, had a bad angle, thought they were going to knock him out at the 10-yard line. Basically, Nate Brooks kind of like stopped, gave up on the play, and got an extra 6 yards.
This is huge here, 1st and goal at the 5, Carthage, with a chance to make it a 3-possession score. High throw in the end zone, touchdown, O'Carey and Rutherford.
Well, that's just hard to stop because Rutherford lined up in a tight end position. He was tight on the left side, and just a small little kind of a hitch fake by Bogenschutz kind of froze everybody, and he just literally threw it to a spot in the middle of the end zone. And when you got a 6'4", 175-pound receiver that basically can leap over anybody, Bogenschutz hits him about 7 yards deep in the end zone.
So off of Mahomes' first interception of the year, it sets up a short touchdown drive. Bogenschutz throws the touchdown pass. Now the point after is good. And with 9:08 to play here in the third quarter, it is now Carthage 39, Whitehouse 20 on Hot 107.3 Jams. Christian Allison picked it off, set Carthage up for about a 45-yard drive. Bogenschutz throws a touchdown pass to Rutherford, 5 yards for the score. And now Carthage with the Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff, a high kickoff, and it's caught for a fair catch at the 26-yard line by Nick Koslow. Bogenschutz 21 of 28, 327 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Goree has caught 8 passes for 157 yards to score. Rutherford, 8 catches, 136, and 3 touchdowns. Whitehouse takes over with 9:04 to play third quarter at their own 27. Mahomes throws a quick wide receiver screen to Patterson. Patterson crossing the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Well, Gustavo Garza playing the interior, playing one of the guard positions. Garza got out in front of the receiver on that time, spurred him up for an extra 5.
Ball actually out to about the 34, and now Mahomes scrambling, running right, shadowed. Now he's looking for somebody to throw to. Finally has to fire it out of bounds. That was a smart decision by Patrick Mahomes because he was shadowed on the play by the big defensive lineman for the Carthage Bulldogs. That would be number 80. I mean, he is a man, a full-grown man, Jared McClin. And McClin, the sophomore, stayed right in his face, never let him get free, so he finally threw it away. Now, Mahomes on third down, quick pass out to Smart Smith, breaks it outside.
And then took off down the field. And as soon as he made the cut on the sideline, he had 3 different defenders that were able to get at least within arm's reach of it. And Shamar just literally just lit it up down the sideline and ran away from everybody.
67-yard touchdown pass to Shamar Smith. The kick by Krim is good with 8:21 to play. Third quarter and 8 over. Carthage 39, Whitehouse 27 on Hot 107.3 Jams. Third down pass to Shamar Smith goes 67 yards for a touchdown for Whitehouse. The Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff from Whitehouse to Carthage at the 25, taken to the 35, to the 40, and then down at the 40-yard line goes Keldrian Strong, but Whitehouse scores very quickly, and just like that, they're back within 12 with 8:11 to go here in the third quarter.
That last breakthrough after that second quick touchdown by Carthage, defensive coordinator Coach Dunn was on the sideline and basically almost got bumped out of the way by Darian Thompson, and then offensive tackle Austin Wallace, who were trying to let the defense know, if you guys will get the ball back for us, we can score. Got in their mug a little bit, get a little inspiration, and that I think is probably what spurred that Shamar Smith long run.
Well, now it's time for that stop. First and 10, Carthage has it at their own 39-yard line. One back, it's Pipkin, breaks through into the secondary, gets the first down at the 50, running to the sideline to the 45, and bumped out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Whitehouse for a 20-yard gain. First down, Carthage.
Well, we see this epidemic that I think just started a couple of years ago with these hits instead of tackles, Brian. And I think at every level, every coach gets frustrated with this about trying to put a shoulder in someone without wrapping them up. And you can't put a shoulder in Pipkin and expect to pull him down.
Didn't happen that time for sure. Ball's at the 41-yard line of Whitehouse, and Carthage has it. First and 10. Quick pass out to the wide receiver, Corey. Shot back behind the line of scrimmage by Isaiah Burton for a loss. Back to the 45-yard line.
Well, he needed that too. Isaiah has been picked on and shoved over, and he's made a couple of tackles tonight, but first time he got an opportunity to do what he does best, stop somebody in the open field. That stayed home, did a great job of fighting off the block with the wide out, and ended up making that tackle for a loss.
Carthage leads Whitehouse 39-27, 7:35 to go third quarter. Second down, 14. Carthage at the Whitehouse 45-yard line. Bogenschutz has 3 wideouts to the left. Back to throw. Over the middle. Caught, dropped. Corey had it in his hands. Ball was stripped by Kalen Shackelford.
Well, Bogenschutz took a shot right as he let that football go. Got to get back there pretty darn quick. It's Chris Reese. And we haven't said Chris's name enough or as many times we normally do in a regular game, but Chris finally getting some pressure on Bogenschutz, and I think probably made him get rid of that football a little early.
2 plays, 2 losses. Third down, 14 45-yard line. Wildcats need a stop here. 3 wideouts to the left for Carthage. They lead 39-27. Bogenschutz back to throw, steps up, fires, pass incomplete, receiver blown up at the 32-yard line by Reggie Long. Pass was intended for number 3, Keldrian Strong, incomplete, 4th down at 14. My gosh, I think we'll see a punt.
Yeah, and I think that it's probably best that he did not catch that football. Joseph Klein was going in about shoulder high, and literally that would have been a nasty collision. And Joseph Klein does not mind popping pads with anybody.
All right, let's watch. Bogenschutz stays in the game. They're going to try to draw Whitehouse offside. They're going to drop back and punt. He's dropping back in the punt formation. Quick kick. High. No receiver back for Whitehouse. Oh, they'll pick it up. Parker picked it up at the 10. Fights to the 15-yard line. And so Parker will set Whitehouse up 1st and 10 at the 16. Parker really was not back to receive a punt, but the ball took a good bounce. He was able to run and grab it and return it before it got down back inside the 5-yard line. And so Whitehouse will have it 1st and 10 at their own 15 with 7 minutes even to go here in the 3rd quarter. And they trail 39-27.
Yeah, Jake likes the football too much. You're not going to keep him from getting that football. So we saw a nice little high bounce like he got that time.
5 wide for Whitehouse. Empty backfield. Mahomes in the shotgun. Back to throw. Now he's going to run. Gets up to the 20, 25, slides at the 30-yard line. 1st down on a 15-yard gain.
I really think that was designed because he had all 3 of his wideouts on the left side basically doing deep routes.
And right up to the line of scrimmage they come. And we may see a lot more of this. Quick pass right side. This is going to go out to the far side. Gets blocked. 40, 50-yard line. Runs out of bounds. Actually didn't spot him at the 45-yard line. That's going to be 15 more yards and a 1st down. And it's Vincent Dunning in the ball game, seeing some of his first actions very early.
How about that? One of the new formations they've got, setting him up in a slot.
From the 45, 1st and 10. Pump fake. Mahomes throws it deep. Left sideline.
Himself in the open because you saw in the first couple of games he get a lot of looks and a lot of throws to when he would make his way open.
And now Blackburn with the kick. It's up and it's good. And with 6:38 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's now Carthage 39, Whitehouse 34 on Hot 107.3 Jams. Choco plus Credit Union kickoff is set to come with Travis Blackburn teeing it up. And as the Cats line up, Whitehouse players with their helmets held high right now on the sideline. A short kick, taken at the 25, dancing around to the 30, bouncing off the tackle, and going down at the 30-yard line is Keldrian Strong. And Klein gets up limping, and he's going to ask for some help to come off the field. And that's not good. Chris Reese checking on him as he leaves. So Carthage comes back out on offense. With 6:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it's starting to become a pinball machine kind of a game now. Carthage leads 39-34. They have the ball at their own 30-yard line, going from our left to our right. White jerseys, white pants, red numerals, white stripes down the sides of the pants, and of course the red headgear with the Cincinnati Reds C on the helmet. They'll come out with 3 wideouts to the left. And the running back goes in motion to the right, and a blitz comes, and they miss Bogenschutz. Now he's being tracked down as he runs out of bounds with Caleb Shackelford drawing the bead on him. But Bogenschutz smart enough to get out of bounds before he got hit. Picks up 4 on the play to the 34-yard line.
Well, they're really hoping that this does not catch up with them, how many missed tackles that they've had to really deal with. First half was not that many, but here early in the second half, well, there's been a couple of times and it looks like they've had them bottled up. Look, they've had good hits, but they've just not been able to get them down.
I'll credit Bogenschutz's feet for that one, though, because when Whitehouse blitzed, I mean, they had a beat on him, and he sidestepped the blitz and then took off. He's real nimble. He's quick. 2 wide receivers, lone running back, hand off, and Reggie Long. The Jacks up, behind the line of scrimmage, and then Jamal Kennedy finishes him off. Drops him for a 4-yard gain.
Well, he leads his team in tackles. Came in with 37 with 5 tackles for loss. It's the second time he's caught a Carthage runner behind the line of scrimmage. But this is really what fires this defense up. If Reggie Long can get into that backfield and make a stop like he just did, this is what really kind of spurs this defense.
Dropped him for a 3-yard loss on the play. Back to the 31. 3rd down and 9. How about another stop? 3 wides, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Bogenschutz in the shotgun with the running back to the left side. Blake back to throw. Shoots right side. Long down. Incomplete at the 50-yard line. Intended for Goree. And so another punt forced by the Whitehouse Wildcat defense.
Yeah, that was Mighty Mouse. S.A. Burton came in late, but he tried to cut the football off, and it started to fly a little too far over his head, and he leaped up and just got a piece of the football and really messed up the flight of the ball enough to kind of put Goree in a bad position trying to pull the ball down before he got to the sideline. So we'll chalk that up to the little guy.
So Carthage sends out the punt team. Gonzalez is going to kick it. Line of scrimmage is going to be the 31-yard line. Gonzalez is going to throw it. Goes back left side, man wide open. Incomplete. What a gamble by this man. Whitehouse take over at the Carthage 31-yard line. Man was wide open. Kevin Pipkin was wide open. And the punter just misfired.
Yeah, Gonzalez he had a nice stance. He looked like he was going to try to punt it to the sideline, and then at the last minute pulled up and threw what looked like it was going to be a strike. It would not only have been a first down, it had been big yardage, but could not make the connection.
Whitehouse first down now at the 31-yard line. Mahomes back to throw. Runs up the middle, gets to the 25, down to the 23-yard line.
Is there any possibility we've had a momentum shift since the first series?
I'd say so.
Well, it's gotten thick down here on the sideline. After watching Carthage score the first 2.5 minutes, Whitehouse is back.
Mahomes throws a quick pass out to Dunning, incomplete. And that'll at least calm things down for a second as it stops the clock with 5:03 remaining. Boy, what a huge gamble that did not pay off for the Carthage Bulldogs. Now let's see if Whitehouse can cash in. 3rd down and 2. Mahomes back to throw. Deep ball, left side. He's talking all the way back to the sideline.
One thing that Cliff Kingsbury is missing right now, it is one of the greatest third quarters that we've seen thus far. And is there anybody better in high school football that can take advantage of a penalty like Patrick Mahomes can? When he sees that flag come in, he knows he has a free play. You will always see Ryan Cheatham, you'll see Patterson, or you'll see Jalen Deuce headed towards the end zone, and Mahomes just basically hits him midpoint in stride.
Patrick Mahomes, and now we'll find a timeout call. And it's a timeout taken by Whitehouse. 6 touchdown passes from Patrick Mahomes with 4:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout with him. Brought to you by Telco Plus Credit Union, your financial solution. Back, going to go for 2. Mahomes with 3, Whitehouse to the left. Drops back, pressure, running for his life. Throws deep into the end zone. Jump up, jump ball. intercepted. It was intercepted by number 12, Trevor Cooper, in the back of the end zone, and there was a flag.
Flag right in the end zone, too. Ryan Cheatham made a little move right where the flag came down, and I think they may get a second try. I think the defender may have stopped Cheatham and held him from going inside.
All right, let's see what the call is. Now they're picking the flag up. All right, what's the story? Holding against Carthage. So they'll try the 2 again.
I think it was Brylan Bolton that basically Cheatham made a great move, a little hitch move, and headed towards the goalpost. I think Bolton reached out and just grabbed him and kept him from going across.
All right, they come in a full house backfield this time with Mahomes, and they'll hand it off to Dunning, and Dunning tripped at the line of scrimmage. And Whitehouse leads now 42-39 with 4:58 to play in the third quarter on Hot 107.3 Jams. All right, the Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff by Whitehouse is going to be short, taken at the 30-yard line and then knocked out of bounds in front of the bench of Whitehouse Wildcats, Tredarian Jackson on the return. And so it'll be Carthage with the football, 4:52 to go here in the third quarter, and trailing for the first time in this game, 42-39. Remember, they opened with a 15-0 lead. And if you're Scott Surratt, don't go to the boats. He gambled and failed on a 4th down fake punt deep in his own territory. The pass was incomplete. Whitehouse took over at the Carthage 31, and then Patrick Mahomes threw his 6th touchdown pass of the night. 24 yards to Jalen Dews. The try for 2 from Dunning was good. 1st and 10 Carthage from their own 34-yard line. Swings it out left side. Goree. Defender falls down. Goree goes out of bounds at the first down marker up to the 45-yard line. First down Carthage. They're not going away, guys. I can tell you that.
No, they caught, I think, Jamal Kennedy and trying to do some single coverage over there, and they had a different package here where Nate Brooks came in basically to cover that slot, but Brooks got surprised with an inside completion and just basically slipped trying to cover the outside that time. So, and they've still got a mismatch. They're still putting Rutherford right over here, right in front of Isaiah Burton.
He's been kind of quiet here in the second half, though. 1st and 10. Carthage. Back to throw. No, he hands it off. Pipkin stopped for a 2-yard gain. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, Savion Lacey.
Yeah, Chris Reese got a good pop in there and actually wrapped his arms around him and got him to basically change his direction a little bit and helped out Savion Lacey finish that tackle.
2nd down and 8. Ball's at the 48-yard line with 4:18 to go. Whitehouse leads 42-39. Bogenschutz changing the play. He's got a single setback behind him, lined up 8 yards deep, 2 wide receivers. Pressure coming.
Keep playing or whether they need to get up into the stand.
They go third quarter, has the ball at the 41 of Carthage. Mahomes all day long, rolling left, time to throw, now he'll run, ball comes out, fumbles it out of bounds, fortunately, inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line.
Pass in the game.
Boy, this game has changed. 2nd down and 7. Mahomes looked for a short pass right, now throws a deep ball right side, threw it out of bounds, and a flag goes down. Jay Carter, the intended receiver, was double covered, and a flag comes from the middle of the field. And it looks like it's going to be some kind of a holding or a defensive penalty against Carthage.
Well, it was designed to go to the right side because both Ryan Cheatham and Jalen Dews on the left side never moved. They came off the line of scrimmage and basically stood there and watched Patrick Mahomes look to that right side.
Surratt's out there saying it was an uncatchable ball, and now it looks like it's going against Whitehouse. Stepping it off against Whitehouse. I missed the call.
Well, they're going to say it's offensive pass interference.
Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate because Mahomes obviously was going to go to that side. Because, like I said, Jalen Dews and Cheatham were literally standing watching the play actually dissolve, but they made no attempt to try to head to the middle of the field.
Well, that backs it all the way up into Whitehouse territory. Cats at their own 48-yard line. They'll come out with an empty backfield and 5 wideouts. Mahomes will throw a quick screen out to the left side to Ryan Cheatham, who cuts back toward the middle of the field, tries to find some running room, goes nowhere. He's going to be dropped for no gain on the play. Good pursuit by the Carthage defense, led by number 12, Trevor Cooper.
Well, the guy that normally we will see coming trailing plays and pulling into the front of these fast receivers, number 6'6", Marcus Brown. Marcus tried to go in and help his runner a while ago, tried to help Ryan Cheatham, and basically mowed over about 3 different defenders just to try to help Cheatham out after he even got stopped. Marcus with an extra effort button on his helmet at the end of the game.
I'm sure that'll please him.
Of course.
Fashion statement. Ball's in midfield. 3rd down. 18. 2:55 to play 3rd quarter. Mahomes back to throw. Deep ball. Left side this time underthrown. And a battle for it. And a dropped interception by T. Reed. Had his hands on it. And at the same time, Brian Bolton was breaking on the ball, and it looked like in the battle between the two, they never could control it. Missed opportunity for Carthage, thank goodness.
Well, and it was a horrible throw by Mahomes, too, as he was way short, probably about 8 yards short of his intended receiver, Jalen Dews, who was coming down the sideline. But both Gorey and Bolton had the football in their jaws and could not hold on to it.
Now it's 4th down and 18, and it looks like Mahomes is going to drop back, and they're jumped by Carthage off sides by number 31, Christopher Howard. Unless they call illegal procedure, apparently somebody flinched for Whitehouse. So they're not even going to leave Mahomes in to try to give the sense that the seconds. Line of scrimmage is the 45. And it's a high kick, fair caught at the 15-yard line by T. Gorey.
But also your phone now and catch up with all the scores and highlights as we have the most comprehensive coverage of high school football, not only around East Texas, but all over the state of Texas. Go to ETSN.FM. And we'll be keeping you updated with those scores throughout the broadcast and also all the finals after our game.
Carthage down 3 now, and they'll come out with a 10-yard gain from Pipkin. Reese makes the tackle on the play. And I'll tell you what, they found something right up the middle.
Yeah, they've been running an awful lot here in this 3rd period, too. The last 2 possessions, Bogenschutz has either ran it himself or just handed off.
If I was Carthage, I'd be trying to run about an 8-minute drive right now and keep the ball out of Whitehouse's hands. Pipkin now 20 rushes for 101 yards. I mean, they are the epitome of balance. This is why they're the number 1 team in the state in 3A. Boy, I'll tell you, a game I would love to see would be Carthage and Gilmer. Because that's probably where it's headed. 1st and 10 now from the 36 after a 1st down. Hand off this time, drop behind the line of scrimmage. And a nice play over there by Nate Brooks on Pipkin, taking him off his feet for a loss on the play back to the 36-yard line.
You know that Jeff Traylor's probably already got that marked on his calendar somewhere.
I'm guessing both those guys.
A possible week where
I mean, the only thing that would keep that from happening is if one ends up in a large school, small school situation, I guess. And I hate that, by the way. Flag goes down now, and 2nd down and 10 before the snap. Official's going to call illegal procedure against Carthage. One of the few penalties we've had tonight against Carthage. That'll back it up 5 yards to the 31. Carthage got into the similar kind of shootout last week against Nacogdoches. Had to score, inside a minute to go in the game, and then still had to stop Nacogdoches inside the 5 at the end to win it 44-40. 21 seconds to go. Second down, 15. Bogenschutz flushed out of the pocket. Dumps it underneath the Pipkin. Pipkin across the 35, down to the 36 as the clock continues to run. And that's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Whitehouse 42, Carthage 39. Get ready for the fourth quarter. Whitehouse with a 22-point third quarter. Whitehouse 42, Carthage 39. Carthage has the ball 3rd and 9 at their own 37. Whitehouse fans cheering. Carthage with 3 Whitehouse to the left. Bogenschutz changing the play. Whitehouse shifts into another defense. The chess match continues. Bogenschutz back to throw.
The end zone, but Brooks finally makes it. It's in the right spot at the right time. I've seen him come up.
A 47-yard interception return, 1st and 10 Whitehouse. And they'll hand it off to Holly. Holly gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe.
We've been looking for this guy all night long and wondered if he was going to get some carries at all in this ball game, and he finally makes his way in right at the start of the 4th period.
About a yard, second down and 10 from the 18. And Mahomes back to throw into the end zone.
Not been a factor at all night. When you got 9 and 10 and 1 catching all the touchdown passes tonight, you're probably not looking for that guy to go into the end zone. With Costello and Patrick Mahomes, his 7th touchdown pass of the night.
A 48-yard interception return sets up the touchdown pass by Mahomes, number 7 for the night, and it is 49-39.
And top of the Clearwater Black Rodeo, walking hard on Highway 80 crossing will sell out.
The Telco Plus Credit Union kickoff, a short one taken for a fair catch inside the 35-yard line and set up at the 34. Nate Brooks returns Bogenschutz interception 48 yards to the Carthage 18, and that sets up Patrick Mahomes to throw his 7th touchdown pass of the night to Nick Costello, who was completely uncovered on the play. Whitehouse leads at 49-39 and have complete control of this game now. From the 32, Bogenschutz back to throw. Deep ball over the middle. Throwing it nowhere near his receiver, who is double covered, Goree. And there was no way for Goree to break toward the middle of the field because he had men on either side of it. Brooks and Isaiah Burton.
Yeah, Nate Brooks had him covered deep, and Isaiah was trying so hard to catch up with that football as it was obviously going to fall about 5 yards short of its target. But Bogenschutz at 6'1", 190. This kid he's got some air under the ball. This kid can throw.
Well, he's going to be doing a lot more of it now as they are 10 down with 11:05 to play. Whitehouse with an incredible turnaround in the third quarter. And now they'll run a jet sweep. They fake the reverse. coming this direction and running out of bounds. No, he didn't run out of bounds. He was still on his feet, crossing the 45 and getting to the 46-yard line was Kevin Pipkin.
I'll tell you, Brian, these arm tackles and these tries at putting a shoulder in somebody is going to catch up with this defense if they don't be careful. Jacoby Lacey just got caught up in that. Thought he was going to spin the runner out of bounds and just let him go as he got to the sideline without the runner out of bounds.
14-yard gain for Pipkin. 1st and 10. Carthage at their own 47-yard line. 10:45 to go in the game. Whitehouse leads 49-39. Bogenschutz back to throw. Fires to the right side. Incomplete. Intended for Keldrian Strong. And covering out there on the play, Brooks. And the ball thrown just beyond Strong's hands. He stretched out for it, but couldn't make the grab.
Well, Strong got in the right area. He went past Isaiah Burton, and Burton tried to make up a little bit of ground, and he actually dove and maybe even got a fingertip on that football before Strong missed it.
2nd down and 10 from the 47. Carthage has it in their own territory. Checking the sidelines for the call from Coach Scott Surratt and offensive coordinator Chris Smith. They'll send the running back in motion, left side. Now he fires on a skinny post, caught at the 37-yard line by Rutherford. And Rutherford is jacked up by Savion Lacey, but not before he made the grab for a 1st down and a gain of 15 yards.
Timing around for Bogenschutz. He cut right in. Rutherford just cut right inside of Jake Parker. Jake knew it was coming, but really had to make up about 3 or 4 yards before the ball got there.
1st and 10, Carthage. 10:21 to go in the ball game. Trailing 49-39. They have the ball at the Whitehouse 37-yard line. Bogenschutz checking the sidelines, changing the play. Now he sends his running back Pipkin in motion, and he runs right up the middle of this Bogenschutz. Bogenschutz with a hole, gets across the 35, and then gets hit by number 74, Jared Remides. And Jake Parker on the tackle. Got 5 yards on the gain, down to the 32-yard line.
Still going to set up 2nd and long, and boy, I think they've got 5, maybe 6 defenders that switched out on that particular down. So from 1st to 2nd down there, Whitehouse still making some pretty good wholesale substitutions between downs.
2nd down and 5. Carthage at the Whitehouse 32 from the I formation. Bogenschutz throws the fade, right side, drop, and the flag goes down. T. Goree tried the breadbasket catch, couldn't come up with it, and then a penalty flag is going to be thrown against Isaiah Burton.
I think it's going to be the first time he really got caught with putting both of his hands kind of raking it. A lot of times defenders will try kind of give you a little shot in the belly, as a lot of defenders will do. Isaiah had good position too, and that was one thing that he probably didn't have to do. He's been like that all night long. He's had good position. He's been in the right spot basically, but I think he just got away with, or didn't get away with that time. Kind of got caught doing that little belly rake with both of his hands to try to distract the receiver.
That'll move the ball on the penalty down to the 17-yard line. Carthage has the ball 1st and 10 with 9:21 to play in the game. They trail by 10 to Whitehouse, 49-39. A lot of time left in this game, though. Carthage sends two wide out to the right. I formation. Bogenschutz drops straight back, fires right side, caught at the 11, and then turning and trying to run out of the tackle of Isaiah Burton. There's Rutherford. He can't do it. He goes down short of the 1st down at the 10-yard line on a 7-yard gain.
They switched up that time. Rutherford he was a split out wide. He came back in towards the slot and pulled Isaiah Burton off just a tad, but Isaiah Burton basically showing the rest of everybody how to tackle, went straight for the hips and then went right back down to the legs.
Carthage comes out 4 wide this time on 2nd down and 3. Bogenschutz steps up to the line of scrimmage. Changing the play. Running back shifts to the left from the shotgun. Playing back to throw. Fires right side. End zone. Incomplete. Intended for Goree. Nate Brooks covering on the play. 3rd down.
It's still troublesome watching Nate Brooks trying to celebrate an incomplete pass, but basically the receiver was in front of him. And certainly, had Bogenschutz been on target that time, boy, they would not be celebrating.
Here we go, third down and 3. Round on its feet, Whitehouse. 5-4 Whitehouse to Carthage. Back to throw. Swings it out, right side, Pipkin. Dodges one man, goes down at 5. Down Carthage. They just checked down and threw a little out route to their wide receiver, to the running back coming out of the backfield. And he got the first down inside the 5 to about the 4. It'll be first and goal, Carthage. 8:29 to play.
This is one of the most sustained drives we've seen in the second half, Brian. They've chalked up almost 3 minutes of this clock just on this one drive. So that 10-point lead really does not feel that comfortable right now.
No, there's so much time left in this game. And as fast as you've seen Whitehouse score, power eye this time now, man in motion, left side. They'll hand it on to the tailback. Oh, hit him in the backfield. And then he escaped and got inside the 5 to the 3-yard line, did Pipkin. Long had him bottled up back behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they've got to have a stat. They have to create a stat of, yards after contact. And they've done that in college and in the pros and high schools. It would just be astronomical. And Reggie Long, Reggie Long doesn't miss tackles in the backfield.
Jason just said, I'm not keeping that stat.
No.
Okay. 7:58 to play in the game. Second down and goal from the 4-yard line. 2 Whitehouse to the left, Whitehouse to the right. Bogenschutz looks left, pressure, throws it up high for a jump ball. Rutherford caught it out of the end zone. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Brooks back there alone to Dominique Collins. Ball was thrown a little too far, and again it was thrown like a jump ball. Rutherford had to go up and get it, and when he came down, he was out of bounds.
Dikembe Mutombo could not have found that football. There's no way he could have caught that inside the end zone. Bogenschutz obviously was working off of his height. And Rutherford, by the way, is listed at 6'4", but I'm sure with the cleats he's more like 6'8".
All the 7-footers, you come up with Dikembe
Mutombo. A lot of times he's really impressed with the vocabulary.
In fact, he talks like what he wants to be. Third. Bogenschutz, play action, rolling right under. Bogenschutz, and his feet came out from under him, and now Carthage is going to have to try for a field goal.
And boy, Kennedy needed that play also, whether he caused it or not. He needed that play desperately. He's missed a couple of tackles tonight, but he's been in the right area.
And snap, back the hand to the ball. It takes a punch. Whitehouse player. Snap left right into the Mahomes' hands, right into the hands of the punter, to the, I guess, the field goal kicker, I should say. And he got dumped on.
William Rinsberry is the holder, and the ball just went literally right through his hands. And when it basically bounced right at Jimmy Gonzalez, he had no idea what to do with it.
So Whitehouse takes over, leading by 10, with 6:58 to go in the game.
What a turnaround.
Oh my gosh, imagine how big it would have been if they'd scored. And now they'll throw the quick screen out to Coleman Patterson, and he runs down the sideline past the 30 and out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Well, Jake Parker just blew up strong on this side and sprayed that full sideline run by Coleman.
Whitehouse football at the 34, first and 10. Mahomes back to throw, pressure, looking, nowhere to throw, running around, then he throws it back underneath and behind Coleman Patterson, incomplete. I'll tell you what, The Whitehouse offensive line is doing a great job of keeping people off Mahomes, but the Carthage secondary has really covered up his receivers tonight.
Yeah, and what a great turnaround it is, but also, Brian, the swing of that 3 points right there, that would have cut into a one-possession ball game with a little under 7 minutes to go, and now Whitehouse has the ball back.
Mahomes quick pass out left side. This time to Shamar Smith. Shamar Smith looking for a block at the edge, gets out of bounds at about the 38-yard line for a gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and what looks like about 6 from the 38 of Whitehouse. 6:38 to go in the game.
They continue to try to work quickly also, and Vincent Dunning now comes back in the ball game for the first time since he scored that 2-point conversion.
And now Mahomes left side throws it back shoulder fade, caught at the 48-yard line. Jalen Hughes for a first down. Whitehouse at the 48. 10-yard pass.
If they can turn this into a lengthy drive like Carthage did just before that botched field goal attempt, you're looking at possibly holding on this football and putting this game on ice.
Now Whitehouse this time handing it off to Vincent Dunning. Sweeping right. Dunning still on his feet. A flag goes down as he goes to the Carthage territory and dances to the 40-yard line. Now let's see what the flag's going to be, and I'm guessing it's going to be against Whitehouse.
Well, it's going to be a hole in the interior. They're calling this one back. And backing up a couple of plays, too, and it was almost a little bit of a disaster because after the defensive hold, after the botched field goal attempt, coming off the field was Costin Wallace, and Wallace was in full stride and collided with Langton's Tracy Ainsworth, and I mean, they butted heads. Neither one of them went down, but Tracy Ainsworth, who's a pretty big guy on himself, really felt like he got a little rocked there. Surprised him. He was trying to catch the football that was pitched to him, and thought we were going to have a little player-official collision, little injury report.
Now ball at the 42-yard line. Whitehouse, 1st and 15. And this time option play, and on the read, Mahomes keeps it sweet. Gets across the 50, down to the 40-yard line, runs out of bounds at the 40 for a gain of 17 yards. Patrick Mahomes.
Carthage failing to wrap up that time, Brian. We've seen that hurt Whitehouse in the last couple of quarters, but that time Carthage get caught not wrapping up, and Patrick's a pretty big boy.
1st and 10, Whitehouse at the 40. Dominique Holly sweeps left, gets a block, gets a running lane, fights to get to the first down marker at the 30-yard line. Whitehouse with a really impressive second half. 5:21 to go. You know, it looked like Carthage was going to be in control of this game in the first half, and in the second half, Whitehouse is just blown up. 2nd and 2. With 5:11 to go, and they're letting the clock run down. They're playing smart football right now, trying to eat up some of this clock. Hand off to Holly, up the middle. Holly's going to get that first down at the 28-yard line. So a good search by Dominique Holly. 4:58 to go in the ball game. Whitehouse with another first down, moving the chains.
Well, they got a 10-point lead. They throw in the clock chomper in Dominique Holly, who's now going to come off the field. Dunning will come back in. And Cheatham did take a shot to the eye, took a finger in his helmet, so he's shaking it off right now on the sideline, about ready to come back in.
1st and 10. Whitehouse has it at the Carthage 28-yard line with 4 wideouts. Again, they will hand it off. This time Dunning, a flag goes down as Dunning tries to try the right side. And we'll see what the flag is.
Right in the area of Marcus Brown. Brown looked like either he or one of the defenders caught a face mask, I think, inside. Well, you like those timely penalties that basically, you don't see coming. You don't get a defensive lineman called for a face mask very often.
Well, it's going to be a big penalty against Carthage, and it marches the ball down inside the 15-yard line to the 14, and Whitehouse is going to take over, having it 1st and 10 now at 14 with 4:23 to go and a 49-39 lead over Carthage. How huge is this going into a bye week? 4 wideouts. Quick pass right side. Caught to the 10-yard line and going out of bounds is Drew Smith. Smith out of bounds, stops the clock with 4:08 to go on the quick bubble screen. And so it'll be 2nd down and about 6.
Yeah, they're gone out of Carthage defense right now. A lot of them got their hands on their hips, and literally, I think they're kind of still a little shocked, but there's still 4:08 to go in this one.
Here we go, 2nd down and 6. Whitehouse. Mahomes will hand it off to Dunning. Trying to burst up the middle, finds the crack, finds the end zone. Somehow kept turning and scored.
Celebration also, there is a Carthage player down on the play, but Vincent Dunning, my goodness gracious, he literally has been so possessed each time he's touched the ball. He's only had very few touches tonight, but the fight that he had on that 2-point conversion, but that run, that 10-yard run, it took him about 8 seconds to get to the end zone, spinning out of a couple of tackles, broke 2 tackles, and got to the 2 and drug a couple of defenders into the end zone with him.
Whitehouse right now with a 55-39 lead and awaiting the extra point as the injured Carthage player is going to walk off under his own power, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, Brian.
Parker will hold. And the kick is up, and it's good with 4 minutes even to go. Whitehouse now 56. Carthage 39 on Hot 107.3 Jams.
Hello? Reputation management. Social media? Mobile media? Hello?
And Whitehouse, keep in mind, they trailed 15-0 in the first quarter. They lead 56-39 with 4 minutes remaining in this ball game. A 22-point third quarter. I mean, it's just been an unbelievable turnaround by Whitehouse. And so now a short kick, bobble, taken at the 36, still on his feet at the 45, and running down until he gets knocked down, and they knocked down hard because he's slow to get up, is the Carthage return man, and that is number 21, Brian Bolton, who had that problem.
Yeah, that's the second time Bolton has gotten shaken up. Bolton, I think, is going to hobble off that. He's still favoring that right foot. So we may not see Bolton the rest of the night.
So now Whitehouse has got to try to find a way to finish this thing strong. Boy, if they board back here in the second half. Credit their defense for a lot of this. Turnovers created, a fake punt that failed. Mishaps in the kicking game by Carthage costing them. Now Bogenschutz back to throw from his own 48. Pass incomplete. It's thrown down the middle of the field. Incomplete to Keldry and Strong. Clock stops with 3:48 to play.
Yeah, Reggie Long jumped up, thought he was possibly going to get him an interception, went a little bit too far over his outstretched hands. But Strong just kind of pulled up a little bit. I think he maybe thought Reggie Long was going to intercept that pass and just let that ball go by.
Boy, Whitehouse is going to have an open date to party over this one and get ready for district in 2 weeks. Bogenschutz back to throw. Looking. Right side. Can't find anybody open. Throws it out of bounds. Bogenschutz lives to play another day. He's a smart quarterback. Third down.
He's got to be frustrated too, because seeing what ease they were able to move the football early in this ball game against Carthage, and coming out the second half with a 5-point lead and turning around and scoring twice right out of the chute, and then watching Whitehouse come back the way they have, and then watching the defense cause those turnovers. Bogenschutz came into tonight's ball game with 1 interception, throws 2 tonight.
Bogenschutz on 3rd down and 10, drops back to throw, looks, fires, left side, almost intercepted, hit him right in the numbers. Oh, Jamal Kennedy. He's got the star of the end of the football tattooed in his chest, and no football and no interception to show for it.
Man, he could have wiped out a rough night that he has had tonight. Made a couple of good plays, and not to ride him, but Jamal's missed a couple of tackles tonight. But boy, he was in perfect position. And Brian, he had some return room too, and had some maroon jerseys in front of him. Boy, you hate seeing that for a young kid.
4th down and 10. Carthage is going to go for it. With 3:37 to play in the game, they're at their own 48-yard line. They really don't have a choice.
Watch number 7.
Bogenschutz back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Rolling to his right. Circling back long. Back for 18-yard loss. Reggie Long.
Not prophetic, of course, just saying to watch number 7, because he loves to blitz on situations just like this, and basically Bogenschutz gave him plenty of time to find him. But Reggie has got deceptive speed. He is big. He looks like he carries around a gun, but the guy can move. And if you give him too much time to figure out how to catch up with you, he's going to do it.
Big difference between this team and last year's Whitehouse team, Kenny. This defense really attacks. And that may be enough to get you a long ways into the playoffs. I know we're talking something real early here, but this is a really impressive win. Now 1st and 10 Whitehouse at the Carthage 30. They will hand it off right up the middle. I believe that's Shamar Smith. Smith will get to about the 27-yard line for a gain of 3.
And to be able to be a Brad Cook and to be able to get your offense to work on not only control, working the clock, and utilizing this football game against the #1 team in 3A in the state of Texas, and to work on some stuff that's going to help them even more when district starts and even when the playoffs come around.
2 weeks from tonight, Whitehouse takes on the Lindale Eagles. Play action, pass over to the right side, incomplete, intended for Drew Smith. Ball thrown just wide. Run and gun offense that Whitehouse runs, and then you throw in the option to go along with it. Mercy.
Yeah, we're not seeing Patrick Mahomes favor that ankle at all tonight either. He's able to make cuts from the left and the right tonight, so we're not seeing any flaws at all, and even any strength when he decides he wants to run.
And what I really like about this is the Cats are running the clock right now. They are standing there letting the play clock run down to 3 when they snap the ball. And then they run the swing to Dominique Holly.
Don't get a lot of PT that are coming in and making a difference. Dominique Holly, who basically comes in sparingly at that tailback position, plays a little wide out at times and plays a lot of defense also. But Holly gets in a touchdown. We also saw a touchdown night by Nick Coslow. Very seldom used from those wide out on those throws.
And the point after is up, and it is good by Krim. And boy, when's the last time somebody hung 63 on Carthage? Whitehouse 63, Carthage 39 with 2:13 to go on 3rd quarter. If you're just tuning in, there's 2:13 left in the game. Whitehouse is now leading. Again, they trailed by 5 in the 3rd quarter. They lead 63-39 over the #1 team in Class 3A, the Carthage Bulldogs. And now they'll try a kick. And it's smothered just in time at the 35-yard line. And this has just been stunning, this second half performance by Whitehouse. And and let me tell you something, folks. That team across the way, that team could win the state championship in Class 3A.
Exactly. Yeah, even after this football game. And
don't look at this score and disrespect Carthage. Right?
Absolutely. Because you're literally looking at two teams playing against each other that both could be playing in Arlington in a couple of months.
And Carthage knows what it's like. They won 3 straight state championships under Scott Surratt. But boy, I would love to talk to him to find out if they've ever had 63 hung on them before.
I'm not going to ask him tonight. Okay.
Wow, I'm shocked. They hand it off to the fullback. Carthage does 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, and he bursts to the 40. And Whitehouse came into the game ranked 3rd in the state in Class 4A. I think they kind of proved they deserved that. 2nd down and 5 with 1:43 to go. And it looks like Carthage is going to be happy just to run this clock out and get out of here. And that's exactly what they're going to do, just hand it off. And the handoff to number 23, Tricarian Leary. And that'll move it to 3rd down and about 2. Boy, 3rd and 1. Wow.
Yeah, Blake Bogenschutz going to get the rest of the night off, too.
He should.
You got junior quarterback Jared Blisson taking.
I'm telling you, Kenny, there's a lot of things I thought might happen tonight. This was not one.
No.
I never in a million years thought this would happen. And then after the first half, I darn sure didn't think it was going to be like this. They hand it off, and the running back gets the 1st down with 54 seconds to go for Carthage. Move the chains, but again, Carthage is running the clock now, trying to get out of here.
Well, the coaches are not finished coaching, though.
Oh, and you know, we go back to the end of last week when they took some disciplinary action for
just some late wind sprints.
Yeah, just a little running after the ball game, and now Carthage runs it again. Tailback with 33 seconds to go. Maybe one more play in this game.
You know, Coach Cook said they were doing it Friday night, so they wouldn't have to do it Saturday.
There won't be another play left in this game. They don't have to run another play. Now, they might, but they don't have to. They will hand it off to the running back, right side, and he'll go down at the 42, and that's going to be the last play of this ball game. I'm absolutely stunned. The Whitehouse Wildcats, number 3 in the state, not only win in convincing fashion, they come from behind to do it. And they win this ball game tonight by a score of 63-39 over the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A, the Carthage Bulldogs. Amazing. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll get started with our post-game show. Brought to you by Jack of Diamonds Honda Lincoln. You should be driving a Honda, home of a lifetime warranty. We'll also pick our Dairy Queen player of the game tonight. That all coming up. Kenny will be talking to Coach Adam Cook of the Whitehouse Wildcats when we return on Hot 107.3 Jams.